Alright guys, welcome back to Fumble Fever. We are finally back after our few weeks hiatus. Sorry about that. We just had some different things that we just couldn't come together. Tornadoes and floods and sickness and flat tires and everything else. But we are finally here, and as you may be already depressed, the college football season, of course, is over. But recruiting season is in full swing. There's plenty of news swirling around throughout the NCAA, and there's plenty of stuff for us to talk about as well. We're going to go ahead and start talking about some of these recruits that are entering into the 2020 class. There is a whole lot of them and a whole lot of good ones. But we're going to key you in on a few of them that we think, for one, will live up to the hype, and for another that might be a bit of a breakout star going into this 2020 season. So, Dylan, if you will gladly start us off, and I believe you have a key breakout star to watch for coming up.
He was a big name coming out of high school, of course. He's a four-star.
Sure.
Desmond Evans. He's out of the high school, Lee County, and he committed to North Carolina. He had 76 total tackles, 11 sacks, two caused fumbles, and one fumble recovery for the year. He's 6'6", 240, so he doesn't really need much more growth in college to be a dominant force, I think.
I'd say so.
From what I saw from the footage, he has a very fast first step, can get to the quarterback very quickly, and I see him pretty much starting right away. Probably 5 or 6 sacks next year, maybe. And then probably 10 or 11 total tackles for loss, and maybe about 40 or 50 tackles overall. That's what I see.
Okay, so we got some numbered predictions to go along with that. That's a guy that's coming into North Carolina recruiting class that's one of the best, if not maybe even the best, over really
20 years at least.
20 years at least, if not a full span of college football.
Since Mac Brown's left, probably not. It's probably the best recruiting class they've had.
Right. The original time that Mac Brown left, by the way, I don't want anyone freaking out. Mac Brown is not gone. He just got there. He has arrived, and he has.
I'm pretty sure most people know that, though.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully, but don't flip out. Mac Brown is not leaving right now. He has got things rolling for North Carolina. There's a lot of receivers in that core of guys that are coming in to help out Sam Howell.
Yeah. We talked about him before. I love him.
Yeah, we both do, absolutely. And it's just a lot of really great things coming very soon if you're a Tar Heel fan to be excited for coming up.
We didn't mention what their recruit number was, number 19 on 24/7 Sports. And by the way, that's where we get all this information from, the rankings. Like if they're 4-star or 5-star, it's 24/7.
Right. Yeah.
Sports.
Full disclaimer: all of our information, recruiting wise, as far as all that, and their list.
As far as the numbers and stuff, like the 11 sacks, 2 caused fumbles, all that is from
24/7 Sports. Absolutely. So that's your breakout star. Let me give you guys mine as a guy that his name is Miles Schlusher. So he's already winning in the name category for me. So that's already a check beside him. He is a 4-star safety that originally committed to Oregon, and he has just recently flipped from Oregon to Arkansas. So that's going to be a much-needed position fill for a Arkansas team that frankly needs a lot of positions.
Yep.
But because of the fact that they need so many guys, he's obviously going to have a chance to start right away. It's been shown throughout his highlights that he is going to be capable of starting right away. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about him is the fact that he, as a safety, could actually play safety, corner, or linebacker. He can play all over the field, and I enjoy seeing versatile guys because, to me, that shows the not only their versatility and their awareness, but just the pure football IQ and smartness to be able to go anywhere on the field, and you need that when you're raising up the ranks to move to college football, as he's going to be doing, as the talent's going to get a lot tougher for him. Okay, yeah, he's already used to playing with some high-level talent as is. One of the toughest classes in Oklahoma. He played at Broken Arrow High School from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and he took them to a state championship. He took them to an undefeated season, so he's already a winner. He's got a lot of great things going for him. One of the only negatives that was really brought to my attention about this guy, and from everything that I've studied in his film, was that he just takes unnecessary risk going after the ball sometimes, which really, if that's your weakness, that's kind of a good thing, okay? That will get coached up easy.
The coach sees that as him trying really hard to get to the ball, so not really much you can do with that. You don't want to coach that out of him.
He's one of those ball hawking safeties, so that will improve. That's on the least of my worries. If that's one of your weaknesses, then you're ready.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're ready. Just tune him up a little bit, and he's already one of the nation's top tacklers. So a guy that can fly to the ball with the speed that he has, and he's going to make those open field tackles, which, as you know very well, is crucial, especially in the SEC. So this should be some really promising stuff for Arkansas, at least in the secondary, to help out from where they have absolutely shredded in years past. I think he could be a very good breakout star. That is Miles Slusher, safety, 4-star from Arkansas. And just another reminder, his breakout star.
Desmond Evans, committed to North Carolina, is a 4-star.
4-star, Desmond Evans and Miles Slusher. Don't forget those two names.
And he's 6'6", 240. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I guess you can't mention it enough.
Yep.
Because it's some nice size for his position. So now these are guys that, as you noted, we're picking as breakout stars, both of these 4-stars. But every year, of course, we always have 5-star recruits. They get all the hype. They get everything, all the attention, the media attention, and everybody's waiting for them. Okay, as we've seen in years past, many 5-star recruits do not go well when they transition into college football. So we have a few that have jumped out in our heads that we think are going to live up to the hype. And I think you've got one that actually might surprise some people that you picked this man.
Brian Breezy. He's pretty much the consensus number one across ESPN and 24/7. He's from Damascus High School in Maryland. He committed to Clemson. His 40 was 4'8". He's 6'5", 298. So he's a huge guy. And I feel like he's probably going to be the starter coming in next year. It's really hard to believe that, saying that he's going to go into Clemson and start as good as everybody is there.
Right.
But I think he's good enough to go in there to start day one. And he will dominate pretty much, I think. He has, from what I saw in the footage, he has an elite first step, just like the other guy, but for being 6'5", 298, he has a really good first step. Super powerful, and he could either slim down and become an edge guy or stay about the same weight and be a defensive tackle.
Sure.
But I think his best bet is probably to stay the same weight and become a defensive tackle.
Yeah, I think that would be best considering who Clemson has on their staff. You've got Xavier Thomas already on his sophomore season at the defensive end position. He has been a phenomenal player, and he was one of these 5-star types that was coming out of the recruiting class of 2019, and he came in right away. And he didn't exactly start, but he did play a lot, and Clemson likes to do that often. They like to rotate guys in and out, especially on that defensive line, and keep everybody fresh, and you'll see a lot of guys get a lot of playing time. So one of the most significant things to me that could stand out for him, if it's true, it would be the fact that, as you said, that if he starts, each of these games for Clemson, then that in itself is a standout player, just starting on that team in general. So a lot of exciting news.
And people are comparing him to Ndamukong Suh, too, from what I heard.
Which is a
very
great comparison. That's the type of talent that you want to be compared to
without the attitude.
Which if I know anything about Dabo is that he's gonna find guys that have the right, not only talent set, but the right mindset and attitude to fit his program the best. He's done that ever since he's been there recruiting, even before he became a coach in 2008 all the way back to 2006 and earlier. He's been doing that sort of stuff for the Tigers. So if you're a Clemson fan, as if you need any more reason to be excited for upcoming years and to what has now become a dynasty, the fact that they can keep rolling these guys in over and over again.
I think it's the highest
really
rating recruiting class too that y'all had.
Which is interesting.
Y'all were number one. Then after the signing day, y'all
we've slipped to
down.
number 3. Yeah, we have slipped to number 3, but they're not worried about that, honestly. And
really, it's up to opinion who you think is gonna.
Fair enough.
It's up to that website who they think is number one.
Yep. Correct, but I think you and I and most people throughout America can agree that this guy is going to be sensational,
definitely.
Absolutely sensational. Brian Breezy, a guy that you must remember because he's not just going to be one of those typical 5-star guys that comes in and flops. He will be a really good talent for the Tigers. We can write that down now. Another name that you need to write down now that I have for you is a 5-star inside linebacker coming into the University of Oregon by the name of Noah Sewell. Okay? This guy is 6'2", 266 pounds. He's got a 35-inch vertical, and he is, fair enough assessment, big for his position. Okay?
And you said he was a running back too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just going to get to that. He actually ran the ball. A guy this big didn't just play inside linebacker for high school. He was also a running back. He could run the ball, and I've seen some film. This guy carries the ball well. He's running for sensational numbers as a running back, and he can also play that inside backer position, his main position, that he can run through tackles. He can run in between tackles and sniff out the ball from anywhere. So for him to be that big is one of those just pure athletic things that I think is going to transition well to the next stage for college football. And it's just another one of those. Like I said earlier with my breakout star, what I like to see is beyond talent, but smartness as well. The football IQ. This guy certainly has it, and he's going to join a bevy of amazing linebacking core at Oregon, and they should be really stout at that end at least going into this upcoming class. And this is one of Oregon's best classes coming up. So
it's hard to believe because you would think they'd be in the top every year.
And interesting enough, they really aren't. But I think they're starting to rise those rankings a little bit. They have to start proving that they can continuously win those big games like the Rose Bowl last year if they want to keep up that recruiting capability. But just a sensational talent. Another couple of names that you really gotta look for. Just Noah Seals.
And Brian Breezy.
Brian Breezy coming to Clemson, Noah Seals going to Oregon. Write those names down. Now, also write some of this information down because we've got a lot of interesting videos that are going to be coming up. We, of course, when March rolls around, will be playing a bracket mania, whatever you want to call it, March Madness. Brackets. We'll be doing that. That is, of course, for college basketball. But we'll be starting to talk about college basketball coming up, okay?
So you think you're going to be the first perfect bracket ever?
Yeah, well, I'm going to take that shot, and I'm going to invite y'all to take that shot with us when we do the brackets as well, because ESPN was what we're going to play it on. If you get a perfect bracket, that's $2 billion. $2 billion. I mean, imagine if you could change the world with $2 billion. So, hey, fill it in. I've noticed most of the time it's mostly luck anyways. So there's that. But
was it last year or the year before where 16 beat a 1 seed?
UMBC and it was 2 years ago, and it was over Virginia, and so now literally because that happened, anything can happen. So go ahead and play. You don't need to know anything about basketball. Just go in, have fun. We're going to have more than likely a prize on the line again. And we had a real winner, guys. We had a real winner of the last time that we did a contest like this. Rashad from New Jersey actually won. So anybody, anywhere can play these games with us, and we encourage you to do so. We encourage you to tell your friends, and obviously when March rolls around, we'll bring you more information. Now, as far as videos go, we have more in the near future, some very exciting videos coming up as well. The next 5 weeks in a row, we're going to be doing way too early predictions. Yeah, that's right, Dylan. Way too early predictions. For every Power 5 conference, we're going to start in the West with the Pac-12 and work our way to the East all the way to the ACC. So it's going to be a lot to look for, and some other interesting videos that we're going to throw in there that you'll find out what those are coming up. So continue to keep watching us.
And we'll probably try to do three videos a week at least.
Okay, let's write that down too.
Yep.
We're going to try. The keyword is try to give you about 3 videos a week, at the very least 2.
Yeah.
Or here 2. Lately, at the very least
None.
1. But at the very least 2. We're going to try for 3. So there's a lot to be watching for. Please follow us on Twitter. I'm going to start posting a lot more information. I'm going to get videos for all 4 of these guys on our Twitter account, so you can see some of the highlights.
Yeah, at least on the Twitter account.
Yeah, at the very least on the Twitter account. On a more personal note for myself, I don't know if you will or not, but personally I will be completing at some point in time here in the very near future a mock draft for the first round of the NFL. The NFL Scouting Combine, of course, coming up on February 27th. I'll try to get that out and post it somewhere on my own personal social media feed as well for that. But we just really thank you guys for the support. It has been great. It has been growing, and we love it, and we love being able to bring this to you and to talk about sports
that we enjoy,
and what we love, and having that conversation with you. So
and love the support.
Yeah. So Dylan, go ahead and tell them what they can do on YouTube.
You can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below what your favorite cartoon is.
Yes, we would love to talk cartoons. Please actually do that.
And or your favorite football team.
Or whatever.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it with you. And SpongeBob's the best, by the way. Thank you, guys.